Jump it up, throw it down, play tight. You better take a charge. No limits, no boundaries, no fear. Reach up, now touch the sky. She plays like the girl, bring it on, throw it down. She plays like the girl, can't block her, can't stop her. She got game and the game got her. Come on. She plays like a girl, come on. She plays like a girl, you better believe it. Yeah. She plays like a girl, she's hoopful, she's hopeful. Playing so soulful, yeah. It's easy to explain. She loves the game, that's right. Yeah, she can jump. Come on, now watch her dunk. Come on, she plays like a girl.
Here we are. It's the 1890s, and we've got this game called basketball.
That's 2 words.
And Cinda Berenson is the one who realizes that this is the game for us, so she teaches the girls at Smith how to play.
Clara Gregory Bear brings the game down to Sophie Newcomb College, and we're playing with all kinds of rules.
Yeah, check this out. This is a notice that Cinda wrote. Gentlemen are not allowed in the gymnasium during basketball games.
Talk about a rule.
Meanwhile, out west, we've got the first intercollegiate game ever played in Berkeley, California. They played for the love of the game.
Some things don't change, but I'm sure glad the uniforms did.
Cinda said, don't play rough, don't play tough, tame the game.
So we couldn't snatch the ball or even run with the ball.
But boy, could we rest.
Back then, doctors said that basketball could damage the female organs.
Huh?
Yeah, the bottom was even left in the basket until 1918 in order to keep the game slowed down.
Wow. How did they play in those dresses?
Beats me.
Play days, good old-fashioned play days.
Oh yeah, the physical educators allowed the girls to have play days all around the country.
And lots of cookies and punch afterwards.
But the women of the 1920s wanted to compete, so the industrial leagues got started and the Amateur Athletic Union organized the first national AAU championship, and they played with men's rules.
And the physical educators didn't like it.
There's Babe Diedrichson, an awesome athlete who led her team, the Golden Cyclones of Texas, to the 1931 AAU championship.
And the bloomers are starting to get a little shorter.
And the crowds are starting to get a little larger.
And the first female African-American team was playing in the city of brotherly love.
There's Bertha Frank Teague, one of the most successful high school coaches in history.
Wow, that's a lot of wins.
In 1936, America had its famous blondes and brunettes, but they couldn't compete with Olsen's All-American Redheads, a professional women's basketball touring team.
Order on the court. The 3-court game changes to a 2-court game, and the golden era of the AAU begins.
Men went to war, women went to work, and right after work, women were on the court playing for the AAU leagues.
You can't say enough about Aileen Banks, an 11-time AAU All-American.
Hey, I heard she never missed a free throw.
Yeah, Aileen thought it was a sin to miss a free throw.
Margaret Sexton was an 8-time AAU All-American and a defensive specialist.
And the Redheads are still touring the country. There's 5-time All-American Hazel Walker.
Hey, didn't Hazel have her own team?
Yeah, watch this.
Today, there are more than 1 million basketball players of the fair sex in the U.S. alone. Few are better at it than Hazel Walker's Arkansas Travelers. The ladies quickly prove they're as adept at handling that ball as they are at handling a lipstick.
Eckie Jordan and Eunice Futch led Haynes Hosiery to 3 AAU championships in the early 50s.
And that's the long and short of it.
And don't forget Missouri Arledge, the first African American to be an AAU All-American.
Row, row, row the court.
City Auditorium is packed for the big game between the Hutcherson Flying Queens from Plainview, Texas, and Tennessee's representative, Nashville Business College. Now let's see how these gals look in action. Nashville has the ball and 2 points to start things off early. With points pouring in like yellow stamps at a meat market, the Nashville Business College women go on to defeat the Hutcherson Flying Queens 63-38 and take home first place honors in the National AAU Basketball Championship.
During the 50s and 60s, Wayland Baptist College and Nashville Business College dominated women's basketball. Wayland was coached by the legendary Harley Redden. Businessman Claude Hutcherson flew the team in his private plane to all of their games.
And that's how they got the name the Hutcherson Flying Queens.
Nashville Business College was coached by John Head, who also coached the U.S. teams to gold medals in the first and second World Championships.
There's Nera White, one of the greatest women basketball players to ever play the game. Nera was a 15-time AAU All-American, an unselfish player who, along with teammates Joan Crawford, a 13-time AAU All-American, and Doris Rogers, a 7-time AAU All-American, led Nashville Business College to a total of 11 AAU championships.
Leroy and Alberta Cox of Raytown, Missouri, underwrote the successful AAU team, the Raytown Piperettes.
Their daughter, Alberta, coached the team, and Marion Washington, the successful collegiate coach, played on the team.
Olsen's jump shot, good. She has 76 points, 105 to 103.
Girls basketball in Iowa outdrew the boys' games thanks to the efforts of Dr. E. Wayne Cooley. Iowa even had its own separate high school girls athletic union and has had television coverage since 1951.
And then there was a very big turning point in 1969. The first National Intercollegiate Women's Basketball Tournament by invitation was held at Westchester State College. Coach Carol Ekman organized this landmark event. And America saw peace and love and more of the redheads during the 60s.
Give me an AIAW. What's that stand for?
Am I amazing or what?
In the 70s, the AIAW really rocked the house. Women got liberated and we got game.
Yeah, with 5 players and a 30-second clock.
And Title IX gave women more equal opportunity to play sports, and we grabbed it.
Yeah, check out Lucy Harris in the low post. She played for Delta State and was coached by the legendary Margaret Wade.
Immaculata was another awesome AIAW team, winning the first 3 AIAW championships, coached by Kathy Rush and featured playmaker Marianne Crawford.
Delta State took this 1975 championship and then won 2 more in 76 and 77.
Everyone is getting into the game in the 70s. Wheelchair basketball teams like the Squidettes were out on the court.
And then we made history again in 1976 when we claimed the silver medal in the Montreal Winter Olympics.
How tall is that woman on the Russian team?
That's Uliana Semyonova, 7 foot 2 inches tall, and boy, could she dominate the paint.
Now, this is what I call a Kodak moment. Kodak started the All-American program for college women, and there were fantastic Kodak All-Americans.
Yeah, like Carol Blazejowski. She had a 31-point average at Montclair State. Lynette Woodard scored 3,649 points, only 18 behind Pete Maravich while she was at Kansas. And 4-time All-American Ann Myers led UCLA to the 1978 AIAW championship.
Ann Myers became the first female player to sign an NBA contract.
And then a women's pro league was formed in 1978, but it didn't stay around long. No support.
So American women took the rock and the love of the game overseas.
Back in the States, Old Dominion was racking up back-to-back AIAW championships behind the sensational play of All-Americans Nancy Lieberman, Inga Neeson, and Ann Donovan.
Those who came before us made it possible for us to play the game we play today.
She plays like a girl.